Howdy folks, LP Guru here, signing in for Let's Play Final Fantasy 1 Episode 25. As always, we're picking up right where the previous episode ended. Right outside the Tower of Mirage, thanks to our handy dandy cottage. Well, that was very weird. Slight delay. I don't know if that would be noticed or picked up on or any of the above, but yeah, my controller decided to not respond for a minute, but it's back. It's behaving. I don't know what all that was about, but we're good. But yes, as stated in the previous episode, I simply need to travel through the Tower of Mirage one more time and return to the Flying Fortress. And again, as stated in the previous episode, since all important items have been acquired, it's a very simple task of climbing this tower. There wasn't too much to see, actually nothing to see, in that previous fight. It was simply a standard rinse and repeat type encounter, much like this fight will be. And this one too. time to level up. So now I believe we are level 43. And we are in the 23,000 experience point requirement range. So with each level up, obviously, the new amount of experience required continues to increase. That has always been the case for the entirety of the game, so I am not saying anything new or anything that no one is unaware of. But we're starting to get to the point where some of the fights encountered aren't giving very decent amounts of experience. And I remember you, so this is definitely a trigger encounter. Spot, where is no bolt? Thank you. Now I'll let Sabin do normal damage. See what that looks like. I was just about to say, watch this go around when I do get no bolt cast in time. It won't even use, Thunderbolt, I think was the name of the attack. And yep, and that's exactly how things played out. But what can you do? Back to the Flying Fortress we go. And yes, if any random background noise maybe picked up, that was not a gunshot. No, that's what I'm trying to lead into saying. One of my neighbors, I think my next door neighbor, is cutting their grass right now. So if any of that is picked up in the recording, that's the sound of a lawnmower. If it is not picked up, then, well, just take me at my word. That's what's happening. I can definitely hear it. And it's pretty loud for me, so I'll be very surprised if it's not picked up in the recording by my microphone. Now I'm just having to remember what direction the next warp panel is in. It hasn't been that long since I played, but it's still easy to forget. I don't believe it's this way. No, it's just a room. Where are you at? Watch it be directly south. All I had to do is head straight down. That would be my luck. Yep, sure it is. I'm sure it is. Yep, and there we go. And we're back on the 3rd floor of the Flying Fortress, and just like that, that quick. So everything is a relatively straight shot. It's just a matter of remembering where certain warp panels are located. That's the main important factor. Not here either. Just another empty room. So it must be to the left. Definitely want to take out the Medusas first. If they even stick around, that is. I almost thought I read fire hydrant at first instead of fire hydra. I was like, wait, that's not their name. Nope, we've been in that room. It's up here, it's not the... There we go. There we go. And I do believe we're on the 3rd floor. I'm going to double check after this fight, because I may have misspoken. It may only be on the 2nd floor. Let me look. No, we're on the 3rd floor. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. This floor is rather sprawling, but it's all identical. There's no treasure of any kind to be found here, so there's no point in wasting time, unless of course you need experience. Then of course stick around and get in as many fights as you need to. I'm not even going to take any kind of chance with the Vampire Lord. I'm just going to wipe them out before they could do any kind of significant damage or status effects or any of the above. Drop down to the 10,000 range, so get a bit of a drop, and I believe the warp panel is yes. For once, I was right. But I want to check something out really quick. We got the monster catalog at 89%. Just trying to see if it would let me toggle to the very bottom by going up, but it will not. So I've got to go the long way. Alright, so it looks like this is the newest enemy encountered here in the flying fortress. Okay, so it only has 300 hit points, so it doesn't take that much. But if you notice, its magic defense stat is relatively high, so it's much more susceptible to simple physical attacks, and it has a good bit of resistances as well, except for its typical weakness of fire and dia spells. So it looks like we have encountered pretty much everything, or almost everything, in the Flying Fortress area. I'm not sure if we missed something in the Sunken Shrine, or if that's the very first type of enemy encountered in the Tower of Mirage. Not really sure. But this is a great way, if you play this version of Final Fantasy 1, if you play it from Final Fantasy Origins and that collection, all of these extras are included in the game. So this is a great way to know if you are, and I think I stated this in the previous episode, if you are a completionist, if you do enjoy striving for such goals, which is super awesome. Sometimes I try to, it just depends on the mood I'm in and also the kind of time I have, or just the kind of playthrough I want to have. If I have nothing but time, then I will definitely try to collect everything in the game and complete everything in the game. But as stated, if you own Final Fantasy Origins, or if you don't but you'd like to, I'll try to link the product itself in one of my videos, in one of my episodes. Not sure if I'll do it in this one or not, but I will at some point before this project is over. But the main takeaway is that in Final Fantasy Origins, all these extras are included, and this is a great way to cross-reference where you are in the game in regards to everything you have encountered, and all the monsters you've encountered and defeated, as well as the item collection. Both of those categories are percentages, and it breaks things down based on location, each location in the game. So here, this is where the dwarves live. There's one more item that we have yet to obtain, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe that is a story-related item that will play out in the future. So I don't think it's something that we actually missed when we were there. So most the Dragon's Cave, of course, there's a few items. But all locations, thankfully, you can revisit. And see, this is a great way to know too. Obviously, we're currently in the Flying Fortress, so it's nice to know that everything has been collected. And of course, there's still other locations we have yet to go to. Only one more though. But if this is something that everyone or a lot of you would like for me to do, if you would like for me to try to 100% complete this game, let me know. Give me some feedback in the comment section of this episode, and I will work on that before this project is over. I will take care of that at some point before the final episode. Alright, so enough of that. Super important information to know, but I stayed on it long enough. Alright, here we are already on the 5th and final floor. And it's in this area that war mech can be encountered. As you notice, it's a simple narrow path, only one tile wide. So it's somewhere between where we're currently standing and when you get to the wind crystal that it can appear. And yeah, I was waiting with bated breath on that one. When this random encounter started, I had no idea what we were about to face off against. There's where Flare really shines. Decent amount of experience too. And yes, I'm going to jump back into the collection screen really quick. Mind your eyes. Sorry that I'm scrolling so quick, but I have to get down here. Okay, so it's filled in one of these gaps. Still not that one, but we can double back eventually. Where are you at? Where are you at? There you go. It's weak to fire, has a very high resistance to just about everything in the game. Has I think that is the max defense stat. 255, I believe, is the highest number in the game for any given stat. So magic is definitely the way to go. It's a little over 1100 experience just for one, so that is very, very nice. And one more thing before we take Tiamat on. If anyone would like for me to test things and to actually get in a fight with War Mech, also sound off in the comments and let me know on that, and I will work on that. I'm going to safely get us through all this first and save progress, but I can definitely try to make that happen in a future episode. But without further ado, it's time to take on Tiamat. And just like that, Tiamat has bit the dust. And light has been restored to the wind crystal. And with that, as can be seen in the bottom right corner of the screen, all 4 crystals have been restored with light. But we're not done yet. There's still a few more story elements that must play out, and a few more things that we must take care of before the finale. And yeah, I know it was kind of risky for Tiamat to have our master Sabin do everything he did in the fight. I had a good, well, hello there. Didn't realize there were dinosaurs in this game, or if I did, I completely forgot. Bye. Guess his name was Al, since it was Allosaurus. Everybody calls him Al for short. But Tiamat has a very high, and when I say very high, I do mean a very high physical defense stat, and I believe a high resistance to magic, like all spells as well. So that was the main reason why I did what I did for Sabin. Didn't know he would actually be able to defeat Tiamat on one hit, but it's the risk that had to be taken, and that's how it played out. Okay, so right now I'm going to be heading back to Land of the Dwarves, right here where the cursor is pointing, because if you remember I've got to look at it to pronounce it right, the adamantite, I believe is the pronunciation. It is a legendary metal renowned for its strength. It is a super important item. But that will be saved for the next episode. Right now, I'm going to fly us to safety. Rest up. And save our progress. And in the very next episode, we will begin to do everything we need to do in order to complete all of our final preparations and prepare for the beginning of the end of Final Fantasy I. So stay tuned, folks. There's still a good bit left in this game, but we are now closer than ever to being done. As always, thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will catch y'all in the next episode. LP Guru, signing out.